everyone, it's your music video maven, Gabby. Welcome back to the Musicians Prime YouTube channel, the #1 place for musicians to learn how to leverage their careers with video. In this video, I'm going to be talking to you about the 2 elements of video making that you as a musician need to invest in first. So before we get along with the topic of this video, I just want to say, first of all, thank you guys so much for all your comments and your feedback about how the videos are going on this channel. I really appreciate anytime you guys come to me with questions or ask me about things related to the topics on here. And speaking on that, the topic of this video came, as I get more people asking me about equipment that they should use or what should they invest in first, and what would be good things to invest in to help them, progress their, work with video. And first off, I would just want to say, I think that's really awesome that you guys are already asking me about gear and things that you can use to invest in. My intent with making a lot of these videos is to show you all how you can do a lot with video with as little as possible, because I know there's a lot of you out there who are just trying to ball on a budget, and you don't have a lot of money to work with, but you've got the will and the drive to make shit happen. And so I want to make videos that just prove to you that you can work with a little, and a little goes a long way. Like, you don't really need a whole lot just to get started and start making videos. And just use, and also to use it as a point to say that you have no excuse just because you don't have a fancy camera or fancy equipment or none of that stuff. You can do so much with just a little bit. Now, that being said, it's really encouraging to hear you guys ask me, what should I invest in first? Do you think it's worth it to buy this camera or this thing or this and that? And so this kind of inspired me to create a video around what I think are the 2 most important things, or I should say the 2 most important elements of video that you should invest in first before anything. And honestly, the reason why I specifically bring up only these 2 things is just because these 2 things that I'm about to talk about are the things that will just make your life so much easier if you have a little time and money to investing and learning how these kinds of things work. Because if you upgrade these next 2 elements that I'm about to talk about, then 1, your life is just going to be so much easier, and you can go a little bit even further than where you're at now, just with nothing, just working with the basics, maybe just a phone and your music stand, and that's it. If you're just working with the bare minimum. But that being said, this video is about, kind of upping your game a little bit, taking things to the next level. How can we make things even better than basic? Which I'm all about that, wow factor when it comes to making music videos or any type of video, really. So yeah, that's why I kind of got inspired to create this video for you guys. Now, these 2 elements of video making, I'm not going to really rank in any particular order, just because I think they're both equally important. And I also want to recognize that everyone is in kind of a different situation to what they're starting with. But that being said, if you could upgrade both of these things at the same time, or at least upgrade one of these things, but if you can upgrade either one of these things, or both ideally, then like I said, your life with video making is just going to be that much more elevated and that easier to do. So let's get started. So the first thing that I want to talk to you guys about in what you should invest in is audio. Now, as a musician, this might seem like a no-brainer. You want your audio to sound crispy and crystal clear, just kind of like I talked about in the last video, which is all about how to make audio sound really good on your mobile phone. If you want, I'll link that in the description below if you haven't seen that video, or I'll list that in the cards. It's always one of these corners. I don't ever remember. But anyways, yes, audio is something you should invest in. Why? Because if you're gonna be a musician performing on a video, you're gonna want the music part to sound good. Sure, a video is definitely more about a visual experience rather than what you're hearing, but the music still needs to be good. it needs to be good quality for the video. Because let's be real, if you're watching a really amazing music video, but it just sounds like a bunch of farts, then it's not gonna be as interesting. You're not gonna be as engaged. It's easier to work with a video that's, you know, not necessarily super visually wowing, and you know, it's still a little bit active, but you know, it doesn't have all the like whistles and bells that maybe some of these like high budget music videos have, than working with a high quality video but crappy audio. You know, it doesn't really connect the same way. You know, if you still have a good piece of music attached to an okay video, it goes a lot further than having bad audio. And again, the whole point of the music video is to sell your music. If the audio quality is not good, the video part is not really going to help you so much. So it's really important to invest in high quality audio, you know, investing in high quality microphones, or making sure that if you're recording it separately from your video recording, that you invest in good equipment to record the audio. Like this, when it goes to get mixed and mastered, you know, everything's gonna come together nicely. So yeah. Investing in audio, I think, is one of the most important things that you could do in terms of stepping your game up when you invest yourself more into your music video making process. The second element of video making that I think all musicians need to invest in, as well as audio, is video editing software. And I would say this also goes for both mobile and desktop, though ideally I feel like desktop editing software is much more powerful. You can do so much. Though, in a video soon, I will be reviewing my favorite mobile apps to do video editing on, because I know a lot of you out there don't necessarily have the means to work with a desktop video editing software. And you know, there's a lot of good options for mobile video editing, either free or really affordable prices that do like pretty good work for video editing. But for me, when I think about investing in video editing software, I think about, you know, investing in a program like Final Cut Pro or Adobe Premiere or DaVinci Resolve, if that's your thing. And this is just because when you get a really high quality video editing software, there's just way more that you can do. I mean, I think it's great that, you know, at least from the perspective of someone who uses a lot of Apple products, that iMovie is so accessible to everyone. And iMovie is like a baby version of Final Cut Pro. You can do actually a lot of the same things, but it's a little bit limited if you want to take it to like that next level. So for me, investing in Final Cut Pro has paid off so immensely, because I'm able to do so many different things within that program to just take my music video making to the next level, you know, in terms of color correcting, cutting, you know, transitioning from clip to clip, you know, just giving certain effects that you can do with the software. And you know, there's just so much more you can do with your music videos effectively. You know, as I ask a lot of you as well, editing seems to be one of your biggest struggles when it comes to the music video making process, which I totally understand. In addition to that, though, you've also mentioned that something that you struggle with is to make visually compelling music videos. Like, you want your music videos to go wow, but you don't know how to do that necessarily. Well, one way that you can improve upon the way your music videos look is to invest in better software. Like, even if you're just taking basic footage of maybe yourself playing, but maybe you want to add some like cool effects or transitions, a really good video editing software like Final Cut Pro or Adobe Premiere is really going to help you, you know, make that all come together. As much as there is to the actual shoot, where, you know, you like film a bunch of stuff and you want to make your backgrounds look nice, or you want to film it at a nice scenery, you know, there's a lot that can be done within the editing process that can just make your videos just really go wow. I mean, if I'm being honest, all the visual effects that I have within the video have more to do with me editing it in than me just like shooting it and like making a cool move with my phone to make a transition look cooler, you know? So yeah, that's why I really think video editing is something that you should invest in. Now, you might be wondering why I didn't bring up cameras in amongst these two elements of music videos. And you know what? I get that. Most people assume that, you know, when you're thinking about upgrade your video making skills, you want to invest in a really good camera. Now, why don't I say that? Well, if you're watching this video right now, chances are you have access to a desktop computer, internet, a smartphone, or all three. That means that you are already equipped with some pretty powerful tools to capture video. And especially with the phones that are made these days, like, you can do so much with just your phone, and honestly, that's it, like, filming wise. When it comes time for you to be ready to invest in that next level of like gear, it's because you are looking for a very specific thing and you know what you want, and you just wish what your phone or whatever little point and shoot camera that your mom lent you had this aspect that you're looking for, that you know that a DSLR camera would have. And so at that point, that's when you would be ready maybe to invest in a camera. So if you have a smartphone, you already have a really powerful tool for making videos. I would maybe also invest in like lighting before the camera, because there's so many like important things that are easily way more affordable than, you know, maybe some high top-notch DSLR cameras, because they can be pretty pricey, but there's a lot of things that are pretty affordable that you can do to make your videos better that don't involve you buying a big fancy schmancy camera. Anyways, that's it for this video. I hope you found what I said helpful. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. If you have any questions around that, or if you're looking to step up your game, level up your game with video, maybe you're thinking about investing in someone, let me know what you're thinking about investing in, and I could give you some advice and help you out with that. Anyways, thanks so much for watching. If you like this video and you like the content that you see on here, make sure to give this video a like, subscribe to the Musicians Prime YouTube channel, and share this with all your friends so you can come support me and learn lots about leveling up your music career with video. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching. Until next time, bye!